meetings and he's,
We could do that. And then
Okay.
you guys can,
so before we get started here, Ted has some meetings and he's going to log in after a meeting, but then he has another meeting. So wherever we are, we'll interrupt just for Ted to give his report.
When I'm done with mine, I might have to,
Sure.
cause I got another meeting, I gotta.
Yeah. It's just one of those days.
Yes, but.
All right, well, I guess I have the phone to see what time it is. And Michael just texted, he's going, Michael message.
Maybe with this minimal amount of people here,
Yeah, thank you,
I think 30 minutes would be ideal.
probably.
Thank
you. But Ryan, as you missed it, or maybe I had it set.
Yeah, that was sent the day after the meeting. I sent it again last week.
Oh, I didn't see that. Well, no, this has to do with Ted. He has meetings and when he, as soon as he logs in, we're gonna interrupt for him because he has another meeting right after that. And then, so he can get out of here and then Brandon, as soon as he's finished with his report too, so. Okay, well, let's bring this, call this meeting to order at, 1:04. November 13th. This is the welcome to the Lhasa Operations Committee meeting. Ryan, could you please call the roll? And we also need to include, Mike, Neil, Dave, because they are members. There's a confusion about things.
There a reason? Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't make the agenda, so. Is
Right,
there a reason their names are not on the roll call?
yeah, because I was told there was only the four of us as members.
Okay,
And it's not true. There's more that were appointed under the previous board, so.
okay, so before I call roll call, just so I get this all correctly, can you, I have Jillian, Jeff, myself, Andrea, Neil,
Mike Lewis and Dave Fisher,
I can't spell Neil's last name, just say
Gerl.
Gerl, Gerl.
Neil, Mike Lewis, Dave Fisher. Am I gonna miss anybody?
Is Lisa, I don't know her last name. I know her email is like Sharky something.
She never, I don't remember her ever attending meetings. I think she was on the list because,
She's been Phil Hybrid.
I believe so, but
Okay.
was she appointed a member?
no.
No, okay. All right, then I guess that's it, Ryan.
Okay.
Thank you.
I updated, so the whole list will be in this meeting minutes, and we can also update it into the agenda in the future. So roll call, Carrie,
Oh, here.
Harms, Yeaple, present, Dorney,
Present.
Carol. Nope, okay, Lewis,
Here,
Fisher.
Sure.
All right, we have quorum.
Okay, thank you. Also in attendance, Brandon Damon from F&B. He'll be giving his report. And Andrea, if you could, that little box, if you see another person pop in, Michael Lessig is going to, and then Ted. Okay, so adoption of the agenda. Are there any changes or additions, subtractions? Other than the minutes here? Nope. Okay,
I don't see anybody new on there yet.
okay, thank you. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda as is?
I move the motion or move the agenda as presented.
Second, okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Agenda is adopted. There's only one correspondence from Bob Sendra, regarding the construction in the, Loch Alpine roadway. Was that West Loch Alpine? For the valve, the
It's in the
leaking.
middle. It's between West Loch Alpine and East Loch Alpine and Green Nook.
Oh, okay, and Green Nook, I have this block when it comes to Green Nook for some reason, but anyways, it's, this is we did not inform. We should have informed, LAIA about the work because it was in the road and, yeah, this is something that all of us need to work better on. So we've already talked about that, Brandon, and we've all decided, so that if it comes up again, or we know there's gonna be work, then just let me know, or you can even email the whole, the operations and the board, and then we can get that there. Yeah, thank you. And, okay, this is the time for public comment. For the public to speak to the LASSA Operations Committee for up to 5 minutes on any item on the agenda. And generally, we start with anyone present, and we do not have anybody, and it doesn't look like
No, there's not.
nobody else has joined, so that was quick. Approval of the minutes for the October, right in the middle of this thing, October 9th, 2025 meeting minutes that Ryan, thank you, Ryan, for taking those and then providing. So if you could just take a minute to go over this.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, what was that?
MIMG report. Well,
Yeah, well house, not warehouse. I probably auto corrected.
Remember when the meeting was adjourned? What time? Oh, it was,
It was darn near 4 o'clock, but
was it
the
that?
OMA doesn't require times on adjourning of meetings.
Yeah, I know, but it's nice to have just in case, having the time. And
Yeah,
can-
there was, and yeah, there was another meeting coming in after us, so that, yeah,
4 o'clock.
so it was pretty close to 4. I don't remember the exact.
3:50 something, cause I knew at like 5 or 10 to 4, I said we need to go.
Yeah, you had another meeting, I think.
I'm sure I probably
Yeah,
did.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember. Yeah, it's just, and I'll share with,
I can add that in the future, but yeah, I
Okay.
don't know what time it is unless somebody else does.
and I can share later what the reasoning behind that. Okay, is there a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
Minutes.
Or not the, right, I'm so tired from last night, from the minutes, and could you repeat what those corrections, there's the well, where's the
Well, yeah.
warehouse, and it should,
The word,
Warehouse should be well.
I make report, it was, the word warehouse was inserted instead of the word well house, which I believe that correction.
okay. Okay, a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
The minutes.
The minutes, I said it again. I need some coffee.
I make a motion to adopt the minutes as amended.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Minutes are approved. Well, no, we don't have Ted yet, so let's, Brandon, would you like to, begin with your report?
Yeah, well, the first thing I can kind of talk about is Bob's house. 'Cause we've got 2 bids. I would
Say that again.
We have two bids, Biotech and Nutrigrow.
Right. Biotech, is there a reason, do you, the mobile, we got us to waive the mobilization fee by agreeing to store their stuff on site behind locked gates. So-
They never asked me about that. I was just running the numbers and there's 4,500, I mean.
Yeah, I know.
That basically throws them right out.
Right, I know, but we, at Dexter, we got the, we don't have that because we agree to keep their equipment behind a lock gate, while they're running and store it. It might be,
It's a 1 day event. They literally are in and out in a day. There's only max of 40,000 gallons. And maybe that's why. I've never talked to Don about that. Seen that on there, but I haven't seen it on like Brighton Township or any of the other ones I've done. So I'm not sure why they would do that. And they may waive that. They may be okay with waiving that. But the other thing I didn't see in here is PFAS testing.
in Dexter, we do our own PFAS testing.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
that's not in our scope of work.
Right.
I mean, we can do that if your Nutrigrow has it included at $600, which is
Right.
pretty close, pretty in the ballpark of that. And it's annually, so it's only once a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we can see if they'd waive it. That's perfectly acceptable. See if they'd waive that mobilization fee. But like I said, it's a 1 day event.
Okay.
And we were.
I was surprised to see that. I don't know why Don stuck it on there.
Me too. I was confused. I was just doing numbers right now, just trying to look at that. And I only did it as once. As even if they charge us the mobilization fee once, it puts them right out of.
Yes,
the
it
ballpark.
does.
So
Okay.
even without calculating in fuel surcharges.
Okay.
And that's with biotech?
With Biotech.
But
Uh, Dexter uses Biotech. We just pay for the PFAS separately because we know places to get it cheaper than $600. But, and Biotech is, have been using them for almost 20 years now.
their paperwork's phenomenal.
Yes, their paperwork is always very good.
Yeah, and Nutrigrow has ironed some things out.
Right.
Oh.
And Biotech shows up, unlike Synagro, which we didn't show up.
Well, and I'd reached out to BCA. They're another kind of newer hauler. They've done Bedford for years. They're currently only doing one time in Brighton,
Okay.
and then they're going back out for bid because they actually just texted me they've yet to show up to even haul the biosolids. So I'm struggling with them. So probably, I would say between Biotech and Nutrigrow, I mean, we can.
Well, if they don't waive the mobilization fee, there's no contest.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
that's- And because it's such a small job, that might be why he put it in there. Cause it is roughly 3 to 4 times a year, about 40,000 gallons. We are gonna squeeze in a fourth one November here because we've gotta make sure we're empty enough for spring.
Right.
And so you're 160,000 gallons, that's really nothing. And for Nutrigrow to do it that cheap,
Yeah.
I would say stick with them.
Right. Yeah, if you can't get that waived, but Biotechs, they're really good about showing up and doing paperwork. The extra 2 cents a gallon would be more than worth it
Yes.
as far in my view, as long as we can get the mobilization fee waived.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I can talk to Don about that. I can ask him, see if we can waive that mobilization fee. I mean, unless you're gonna talk to him and you want to, but I can certainly do
It
that.
kind of depends, if you want me to do it or you do it.
It doesn't make a difference to me. I'll make a note here.
The PFAS testing, I'm assuming that is a mandate.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
required by the state annually.
And Nutrigo charges us for testing, or they're testing and the charging, and biotech, do they do that too?
Biotech, well, yeah, they'll do it, but it's kind of an optional thing. If you tell them to do it, they'll do it. At Dexter, we've been just doing it ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, we can always annually just reach out to Trace. That's who I use.
Yeah. Use Trace and Eurofins and
Yeah.
a couple of different,
We get a-
Jones and Henry and a couple different places, depending on
You have to get
who's cheapest this year.
yeah, well, Trace is raising their fee, but F and V has a deal with Trace because
Okay.
we use them kind of somewhat exclusively, and we pass that savings on to you guys.
Okay.
So, that's why I use Trace, but we can, I mean, $600 is, you know,
Yeah.
it's like I said, it's not in our scope of work, so I would have to have that test ran and then charge you out of scope for it. Which is still be $400 or $500-ish.
So in these quotes, do they both have PFAS testing?
They don't, biotech does not have it in there.
And Nutrigrow does?
Nutrigrow does.
And they're charging us for that?
Yes.
Or that's just part of, or is that a la carte?
No, it's all part of,
600. Oh, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, cause you have to do metals, you have to do phenols, you have to do PFAS.
Whatever
PFAS
the
there
rules
is.
are this year.
Yeah, PFAS is only one time a year.
Unless you're shooting for the extra pure, rating, then you have to do it quarterly. But we're not gonna shoot for the bin one extra pure, biosolids rating, so. I'm not sure why they did that, why Eagle did that.
I don't know. I don't know, they're,
Why would you spend extra money every quarter on PFAS testing to prove you don't have it there?
I can tell you, I got a community that spent it through their last permit cycle. Their permit said quarterly, they moved them to monthly for PFAS tests on their effluent, not biosolids, but. And they finally removed it to annually. Eagle has finally removed it to annually, and we've had basically non-detects, very minimal
Yeah.
for the last 5 years. So. I don't know, Eagle's been doing some weird stuff, but the PFAS is required annually.
Okay.
We shoot to do that about February, March, because it's based off calendar year. So. Get that.
Well, yeah, so. Okay, so then, if we went with biotech, then we would have to do our own PFAS testing.
Yeah,
correct.
or we, you know.
Or are you asking them to do it?
You
One or
have
the
to
other.
do it.
Okay, could you ask, when you talk with them about the mobilization fee, could you ask them about PFAS testing and see how much that would be?
It'd probably be $600, $600.
Yeah.
Okay, anything more regarding?
Not on that. I will get this, I mean, we have some time. So, we have some time.
And
Um,
it was kind of a challenge to get them to provide quotes in the first place,
It
so.
takes time, and, well, your contract with Nutrigrow ends December 31st. I believe, so,
I mean, the payment terms are different, a little bit, net 15 versus net 30. Both do it through, we're overdue fees don't apply till after 30 days anyway, so it wouldn't amount to much. And then the fuel cost escalation is different, but again, it's a few $100 difference.
Nutrigrow's is lower.
Starts putting more, about $3 a gallon per diesel. Whereas bio, I think it's
Biotech starts at
350. Which diesel is currently 380
Yeah.
or something like that, so.
More reasonable.
So, there's another 2% or something right off the bat.
And in the quality of work from biotech, they're pretty steady or they're,
It's very good.
okay, and then Nutrigrow, I know there was some issues.
I've never had a paperwork mix up with biotech in the 20 years we've used them at Dexter.
Hmm.
Anytime I've had biotech, I've never had a paperwork mix up. They've been phenomenal. Don's been great, so. And Nutrigrow's, like I said, they're ironing things out.
Okay, all right, all right, well, I guess we'll bring it back, or bring it back to ops when you have this other information and we can go from there.
We'll get those two things.
Yeah,
Ted, I'm promoting Ted. Right?
oh, thank you.
Yep.
Maybe Michael is there too. Yes, I can't. That's the bad thing about having all of that over there or us down here, but up there.
I could sit up there if we need to sit up there.
Michael is here, I'm promoting him, and Ted is here, I'm promoting him.
Okay, and then we'll just go, Brandon, if you don't, if there, is there more?
I can wait,
What about-
I will
Oh,
update you on other stuff, Ted can go first, that's fine.
okay,
I got some few other things.
okay, just wanted, because if you didn't, I would.
No, it's fine. Go ahead, Brandon. I
Hi,
have
Ted.
more time. Hi, I have more time. Brandon, go ahead.
Yeah, cause I only have just a couple things to update you on. The new air handler unit is in place. They're gonna be insulating next week, the ductwork. And there was one issue with a sensor in there. They're adding they only sent the one sensor. And they're changing that within the cost to a dual sensor unit. Whatever that meant. I can't remember what exactly he's told me, but it was included.
What company is that again?
Monroe Heating and Plumbing.
Monroe, yeah.
We do have some. We worked on it a little bit when we were dealing with the valve issue earlier this week, but the Headworks building, the overhead lighting, explosion-proof light bulbs.
Yeah.
There's a dead short somewhere in there. We're gonna be investigating that to see if we can get that fixed. Explosion-proof lighting is antrianosis.
Yes.
No fun.
And the plugs, oh, it drives up the price so much.
Yes. Yes, so we're gonna try to fix some of the lighting, but I don't really, we might be able to swap them to an LED light bulb instead of the sodium vapor bulb. I believe we did that in Leone. For them, we basically took the light fixture apart, put the new light bulb in, bypassed the ballast and, yeah. So, we're just starting investigating that. And the valve that was leaking, was actually a 6-inch valve that is actually just tied to a fire hydrant. So Ted and I talked a little bit this morning about some possible options, but I think we should probably revisit some options because there's a valve farther down on Bridgeway and East Loch Alpine, or West Loch Alpine, pardon me, that when you go to close it, it starts leaking. And we tried to get on that to be able to isolate. And a year ago, when we had the fire, we used that valve and I couldn't get my wrench on it to stay on it. The top nut has pretty much kind of rounded itself off at this point. So it might be,
Corroded.
yes. So we're thinking maybe go through and do like a series of a couple things and come up with a plan. Cause there's the big loop that goes up Prospect Court and down here on River Drive. There's really no valving on that at all.
Right.
So it might be, and there's also a hydrant there that we found just outside the plant that's been out of service for decades. It was buried up in the brush and has been out of service and unusable for decades. So,
So at Green Nook, you just buried it again.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We
and-
actually went down and tried to tighten it up and it wasn't leaking when we got out. But if we're gonna do something, I didn't wanna shut it down they didn't even have the parts for 6-inch, they had 8.
Right, yeah.
So I don't want, if we're gonna do it, we probably ought to do it as like a project where we're gonna do like a couple different things. at one time.
2 months ago, we found out toning a line for a misdig that a water service did not cross the street where we thought it crossed on the other side of the street.
Mhm.
So it's always infuriating when you find your maps are wrong.
And it happens, I mean,
Yeah.
it looks, the way that road curves. I can see exactly where somebody goes, oh yeah, that's the new valve they put in, oh yeah, that's on the 8-inch, and you would never know. You'd never know,
Okay,
so. That's really all I've got,
okay.
not a lot of stuff. Oh, there, Ted's got it up, we kind of made a couple marks,
Yeah.
couple things.
So we were just capturing that as we talked.
Different glasses on, I can see it.
So like Brandon was saying, there's basically no valves from here,
Where is here?
sorry. at, like,
Midway and
mid-
East Loch Alpine.
Midway and East Loch Alpine, yeah, so. Midway leads East Loch Alpine all the way down Huron River Drive to Dawson.
Okay, all right.
Wait, it's just a straight pipe? You
Mhm.
said no valves?
No valves in it.
Oh
No
my
valve.
gosh.
So it kind of causes a
Yeah.
problem where we would have to shut,
Back up here or something.
yeah. We basically shut the whole southern half down and not be able to,
Okay, so what about Dave's, Rulik's old map? You don't think any of the ones in the lower half that he marked as semi-usable are usable, or?
which one did you talk?
Dave Rulik had a map, had his own map of which ones he thought were good and which ones weren't good. Did you compare your map to his?
Not at this
We-
point, but
We did do some of that when we developed this stuff. I don't remember. I have to go back and
Shown valve.
dig it up.
yeah,
I see those house.
yeah, because I've been all the way down through here and not found a single valve. All the way down.
It's really hard to hear you guys when you're over there too, just so you know.
Sorry.
okay.
Okay,
I see.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I know that the one valve on Bridgeway is because we actually turned it, and started leaking. We were able to stop it leaking by just opening it back up.
again, yeah.
So it needs some repairs.
Mhm.
So,
I do have Dave's water map, pictures of it from the wastewater plant. I mean, this was hanging there, so
Right,
we did take into account some of this stuff when we did it, and some of the stuff got replaced anyway. Like this 4-inch on Corey Circle is gone already. So that's the one you just replaced, right? So
all right, so this is obviously a bigger project than we're gonna get through today.
oh, sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Um. Well, and this is, well, along with the project of
Right.
valve turning, right? And the
Uh,
whole,
Right,
yeah, wow. Well, I guess the good news is there's a whole stretch that doesn't have valves to turn.
Define good news, I guess. Just bigger problems.
Yeah.
just-
we still need to get, turning the valves and the good parts of Loch Alpine and the newer parts, just to make sure those, the newer valves don't freeze up.
Especially fire or hydrant.
Right.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
the longer they're not turned, the more likely they're to freeze solid on us.
And it's probably a little engineering project to define where there would be good places to put valves if we're gonna add something to that. To sections that don't have it.
Yeah, my coworker actually, said he'd be willing to test turn valves because he's pretty. In Dexter, we fought our way back from not turning valves into turning valves, and it takes some skill to work a valve loose without breaking it. And you can do that.
And apply NSF approved lubricant or anything on the valve stem once a year or.
Can't really get to them.
Yeah.
No, that's not the way they're made.
They're all basically buried with a D box that comes up. So
So you just got a long access point.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, adding valves wouldn't be difficult to figure out, like where I swiped in yellow, if you can see that. That'd be a couple good spots, right? So,
But it'd be better to find out if the valves we have are usable.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
for sure, but Andrea, but this stretch has no valves in it
No
between,
valves. Okay,
So-
yes,
Two different,
right,
two different issues.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, I guess, we should put that on the next agenda.
I can't recall, does the capital improvement plan have a fixed number of valves being replaced every year?
Not
No,
yet.
not yet.
But it's on the capital improvement plan. So we have to
And a
create,
big chunk, but you know, a specific do 5, 10 a year.
right, yeah, so that's, and then as the budget allows. So that's what we
'Cause
need.
now it's just emergency response.
And I'll bring that to the next meeting, the capital improvement plan, and we could, make a recommendation of how much, or, I don't know, is there, put the
Are you aware that they just published a new grant opportunity for the DEQ for planning purposes? That just got posted?
no,
And it's pretty tight, cause the the grant opening, it just happened. But critical infrastructure, pre-development funding now available in the Michigan communities, and it's for municipalities, for drinking wastewater infrastructure projects under development. And it's, $50,000 would, be good for designing some, trying to do some design work.
could you, forward that to
Yes,
the
I
ops,
can.
please, and then we can all look through it.
There's, the application window is November 3rd to December 1st. And there's a webinar on that's already went past.
I didn't see that one come out, Andrea. That's interesting. Either that or I missed it.
I just got it today.
Oh,
Oh, and then,
And it's,
Deadlines
yeah, and as
are
usual,
halfway
it's,
through.
it's already into the period.
right. Well, usually they're pretty well, I mean, like, they're pretty good about updating all that stuff, so. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Well, that was kind of exciting for a minute, and then to find out.
Well, yeah, I'm always infuriated with Eagle sending out announcements about their grant opportunities after they're closed.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah,
I'm just infuriated with Eagle, period. You don't need to say when or if or how. Anyway,
Okay, Ted, what, or Brandon, were you, are you finished with your list of things?
I think so.
Valve on the,
I guess we did order, because you and I talked yesterday, so everybody's aware, the water tower UPS died on us last night or yesterday afternoon. So I ordered 2 spares, or 2, one to replace the one spare. Because when we redid the SCADA system with UIS, those are all about the same age, about 3 years old. So potential for the other one, so we'll have a spare on the shelf. Do we have any other issues? Other than that, I think we're good.
okay, great. Do you have any suggestions or anything that, as you're working through everything that we're working through, anything that's coming to mind, like, oh, we should do that, or we should do this, or this should go on a list? Or Colt, I mean, does Colt see anything?
I mean, one thing we're doing some work at the well house. Is we're gonna look at getting a hanging heater for you inside the well house. We've been using just milk house heaters for years. So get a milk house, or get a actual like 220, 480 heater that'll help heat that building a little bit better, a little more efficiently
which well house?
too.
Yeah.
Well house 1 has a very old heater, but it works awesome. It's a very old electric heater and it never failed me. I say that now.
They don't make things like they used to.
They don't. They definitely don't.
Okay, great, thank you.
Uh,
All right, Ted, you're up.
So Brandon and I talked a few minutes this morning about where we should CCTV clean next. So we developed this map. These are the older places. I mean, I think when I say older, these are the places that have not been cleaned longest. So we were kind of prioritizing them. Let me see my list here. Oops, wrong email. The where it says priority one, can you guys see that it says priority one up here? This area is about 3,900 feet or 3,850. So that's roughly 20 grand, I think, based on the price that we saw. I think we need to verify that price. It was roughly 450 a foot. That's the price that Brandon and I remembered. So we want to verify that before we cement that. But
Ted, sorry, which, the price from whom?
from M&K that we already had to do X amount of
Uh-huh.
footage.
Hmm,
And I needed to dig that up, and I didn't. This day has been a string of meetings, so I wasn't able to.
mhm.
So we were kind of looking at that. We want to go like this area here, would push down into the interceptor. So basically, we're pushing everything downhill, so it lands in the biggest pipe with the most flow in it. So least risk. These other areas highlighted are smaller chunks that, if budget allowed, we would kind of just, again, going downhill, do that. I mean, each one of those is 35 to 4,500 bucks, as highlighted. So I guess the question is, how much money do we want to spend on this, and how much money can we spend on this in the budget?
Mhm.
You were right, Ted. It's $4.50 a foot.
Okay,
I just pulled up the proposal.
And
Thank
could we get another quote from a different another company? I
I
know
gave
that,
you a couple of names.
yeah, did we?
I have not reached out to any of those.
well, we need this first though, Andrea. We need, like, what are we gonna do here, right? So
Oh,
Yeah,
the
you need,
plan, of
yes, you need a
course,
plan
yeah.
first, yes.
Um. I,
I think the plan makes sense.
yeah, it's,
Well,
I'm good with it.
yeah, and are we gonna try to do coating on it, or are we just gonna clean it and do, plan a project around coating and trying to line things later?
choice B. We would clean this and get an additional evaluation on it, and then make judgments based on that. That makes sense. I mean,
So are you in favor of coating for the sewers?
I'm in favor of coating what makes sense to coat, right? If you
Okay.
if you have
All
a
right.
sewer that has that has a good rating, I mean, why spend the money on it, right?
Right,
Even if you jump from segment to segment, like you did this, but didn't do this. I mean, if it's in good shape, why do it?
right.
I think
Okay.
we should allocate the money where it's needed more so than just coating everything, I guess, is how
Yeah,
I look
I
at it.
agree with that as well. Yeah.
And then if something did need to be, coated or lined, is that the
Line,
same?
yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, lined, how much extra would that be? Because,
Well, you'd have to come back with a different project for that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not something they can do when they camera it.
okay,
They would need
The last price I recall from that is 2-3 years old now. I think it was 70 to 75 bucks a foot.
okay,
We're gonna do a bunch in Manchester here, next spring, so we'll have some better feel for that.
okay, yeah, because then we should have a separate, line item or in the capital improvement plan with so much money set aside if there's lining that needs to be done, and then make sure we have it in the budget, because there's gonna be sections that are gonna need to be lined,
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
you have aging clay pipe that needs to be lined and or replaced. It's cheaper to line it what, as long as you do it soon enough.
Okay.
How many feet is that, Ted, in total, all those highlighted sections? Rough guess?
4,000, 1,500, 55, roughly 6,500.
Okay, so we're looking at
Um,
like about 29,000, $30,000 at
Yeah.
450 foot.
I did the math here. I don't know if you can see that.
Not very well.
I'm sorry, how many feet again? 6,500?
That's my visual addition. So
Yeah.
I have a calculator. I can actually do the math.
Well, we have Ryan, he's a calculator.
I have my calculator up.
Oh.
So who's faster, the engineer or the? Gosh, it's 6460. That's pretty darn good. 6460
Yeah,
is what it is. So yeah, it's roughly, it's just shy of 30 grand.
30 grand, okay.
And when do you reasonably think this should be done? Do you think you would like it all done next year?
Um, uh, I guess it really, how does it impact the budget and what's the, this area up here is probably next. So I mean, I guess I can probably get the overall footage of the system and kind of divide it by 8 or 10, and we can kind of use that as a kind of a baseline, right? So,
I'm sorry, which area is next? It's.
well,
hard to
the
see,
the North Gate,
okay.
yeah, right. I'm sorry. It's really easy
Okay.
for me to see on the screen. Like the North Gate area up here.
Oh,
This is all last done was 2008, I think, as well. I have another map that shows all that stuff. I just don't have it up right now. Um,
and how many feet
I
for
don't
that
know.
area?
No
Oh,
idea. No
okay,
idea. The only one I enumerated was what I highlighted.
oh,
That's
okay.
the only thing I did.
Well, thank you for this. That really helps, both of you.
Those are newer, so it's a
Oh,
newer part of the system.
But I think Ted and I kind of determined that the sewer was already there. So they're newer houses, but the sewer was there already,
I don't know that to be true.
100%, but.
But like Glen Devon, which is up oh,
No,
this is this area is Glen Devon, right? So
yeah,
that's 1994, and then Delhi
I'm 30
Hill
years old,
was 1989.
35.
I don't know if that was original or not. I think that was added on afterwards, Brandon.
okay.
But this little piece down here was even later. So
oh,
the water map, I think, oops, not Dave's water map. Yeah, so that's kind of this kind of is a roadmap of when things were built.
Hmm.
So all right, so should we pursue a couple quotes on this?
Yes.
yeah. You have the list. I know we were getting different, from different people, companies. For quotes for the cleaning.
Yeah, there's a few of them out there.
Yeah, if we could,
Whether they can do the NASCO rating or not, I don't know. I know M&K can, I know F&V can, but I don't know about these others. And I've also used some that say they can do the work and then can't do the work.
okay,
So.
We can also, get bids for not rated and rated.
Yeah.
yeah, we have time and,
What was that total footage on that Ted?
It's under 6,500, 6,460.
6460.
Yes, thank you, Ryan.
Yep.
and have the budget capital improvement plan for next meeting, so we can all, yeah, and
If you get that, Jillian, would you send me a copy of it? I tried to put a copy in the right spot. I don't know if I have the right copy. I guess I don't know
I'll
where to find.
I'll contact Colleen. She's, her assistant, I think,
Jake?
Jake, yes. Yeah, one of them has it, and I know we've asked for it before when we had approved the budget, but then there were some changes and so I don't know if we even have the corrected version, but well, and maybe we should just all keep a copy of that with us when we come.
Yeah,
Or you can have it and then you can put it up on the screen. Anything, just so we have it, because it seems like we're always like, oh, we need to look at the budget and the capital improvement plan, and then we don't have it.
yeah, I have like 5 versions in email, and I need to clean them all out and have one,
Okay,
so.
all right.
And
Okay.
other things I've been working on, the GIS, we did the internal kickoff this week, yesterday actually, so that's moving forward. I don't have a time frame for that yet. By next spring was my direction, so. Then we need the RFP for the generator is going to go out tomorrow, hell or high water, so. And then for the generator for well house 2, to be specific for that.
Great, those two. And there was something with the water tower that you had mentioned that you were going to,
Yeah, I reached out to
Something.
Dixon to check on a status, and I did not hear back.
okay,
So, I would expect that they're kind of just gathering insurances and bonds and things like that to get move the contract forward.
okay.
Speaking of which, you mentioned a couple days ago about using a pressure tank for a PID.
Yes. I'm working on getting the parts list together, and
Can you go over that a little more fully? Because I didn't quite follow your logic, on Monday.
so there's a line specifically ran to the main.
Okay.
Just a 1-inch water line ran to the main that came up into a piece of copper. It was basically just a makeshift handmade bladder tank.
Okay.
That then ran to the VFD on well number 2. That would run and maintain the water pressure in the system when the tower's down. So it would it'd be set at like 60.
Right.
Well, that line, that pressure bladder tank, the makeshift one was broke. It started leaking on us, we shut it off. We tried to repair it, it didn't work. So my mechanical specialist was up there with us when we did the valve. So we're gonna come up and we're gonna put like just a bladder tank in it to kind of equalize the pressure and rerun that.
Is it in the sanitary survey list, that bladder tank?
People didn't even know what they were looking at.
Okay. All right.
It is the solder, one of the solder joints that just started leaking on us. Andy walked in there and just shut it off. So
Alright.
we can make that repair, and with that, I then want to turn around and test. Since we've switched to UIS, we've never had that opportunity to test to make sure that that's gonna work. So I wanna bring UIS in, actually test that PID and make sure that it will do what we want it to do. As well as Ted and I will talk and where we should probably put some pressure blow-offs as well when the tower's out of service. So just to fine tune some things and make sure we're ready and prepared before we take the tower completely out of service.
You want to do a dry run, so to speak.
Yes.
That's wisdom.
Does the SCADA record speed increases, decreases on that pump?
It doesn't show it specifically on the SCADA. The VFD will do it. I've never ran it in PID mode.
I mean, it just sounds like a localized.
It's kind of, it's localized, but when it was on, it was really nice because I could actually see the system pressure.
On the VFD,
Yeah.
you can see.
I could see the PID on the SCADA, and I could see that, hey, oh, it's 70 pounds, but when it broke, we don't have that reading anymore. It's not critical because everything's working, functioning fine, but it's critical when we take the tower out of service.
Or
So,
the transducer goes out, starts running
yeah,
off the end or something.
yeah, because there is a
Like
pressure
an oil.
transducer right there. So once we hook that back up, we'll know maybe we gotta replace that little transducer. Little cheap transducer, so. I will find a bladder tank and I can't believe it's gonna be more than a couple $100. So,
Get them at Home Depot.
yeah, that's pretty much what we were gonna do.
Right.
I just had to find some time to, give you a price, cause you guys don't have like an account with that stuff. It's like with the Granger stuff I ordered yesterday, that went through us, and then we mark things up 10%, we'll give you an out of scope bill for those items. We can do it that way. That's not a problem at all, unless you guys have specific, like, we've used the hardware there in Dexter, but I don't know if they have one.
Well, I know Home Depot has, sizes up to apartment sizes,
Yeah, and I mean, I can go and purchase it through F&B and then, like I said, it's a 10% markup and charge you for the parts.
Or anything that we purchase, are we tax exempt?
So if I purchase it through F&B, it gets taxed because and we're installing it. So essentially, even if you purchase the stuff, I don't understand it all. It takes somebody smarter than me, but the way I understand it is even if you purchased it, technically you're supposed to pay tax on it because you're paying a contractor to install it, the contractor's tax or whatever.
There's a sales tax
Sales tax on it.
that you would not, that that Loch Alpine wouldn't pay, but there's a use tax that in theory the contractor should pay. And they both happen to be 6%. So the rule is very cryptic.
It doesn't really make too much of a difference whether, if I purchase it, it's still, you get 6%.
For a couple $100, I would pay the tax and not fight it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So
I was wondering because, it's under municipalities and I don't know how it works with this authority, and that structure, so.
and I had to learn it too, because it's a little different because I came from a municipality. You guys are, it used to be tax exempt. Everything I purchased was tax exempt. Now, as a contractor, I had to learn something a little different.
Right, because if the municipality buys it and installs it, it's tax exempt, right? But if the municipality buys it and gives it to a contractor to install, it's not tax exempt anymore for whatever reason.
Yeah.
All right.
They want their money and they want it now.
Yeah.
Was
I'll
worth it.
get together a parts list and let you know what
Okay.
what the cost is. Like I said, I can't believe it'd be more than $500 to get the parts. And then I'll get Greg over there to plumb it in. So probably 4 hours worth of work on his end, so very minimal cost.
Wonderful, okay. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Cause
Yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah,
know it's a-
I just get nervous about plumbing work that hasn't been vetted by Sean Brown, because we've gotten nailed in Dexter over stuff that actually Eagle approved, and then Sean Brown came through and said, no, you can't do that anymore.
I'm assuming this was approved at one point.
Right.
Yes, we're just taking out a piece of pipe and replacing it with a bladder tank. With a NSF approved bladder tank. So.
you Sean Brown?
He's our district engineer.
Oh, okay.
One of those infuriating people.
Oh.
Yeah, who basically said, I don't care if it was previously approved, I want you to do it again.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll see how he does. I
Yeah.
just replaced, in Milan, we replaced 250 feet of water main because it kept breaking on them. And then they basically came back to us and said, well, you basically have to, after the fact, do an Act 399 permit.
Okay.
Okay, it's already done, but we'll do that.
Okay, anything else at this point for reports? Michael Lesage, I see you, or, anything to contribute? Hi.
Hi there. Nothing really to contribute at the moment. I'm just here if you need me, so. We do have the server had an issue, the last server, and Cameron is working on it, I believe. I've not emailed lately. So.
Yeah, there's a
That's-
huge solar storm that they were warning about interfering with, phones and everything, and it's actually
I don't think
kinda
that's
true.
this. This was BSNA's update caused some kind of issue with the server, so. Other than that, nothing new to report since Monday's meeting, so
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Mike Lewis, is there anything that you have to contribute or ask or observations?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the valve turning again, because I know several meetings ago or a year ago, we were gonna put in our preventative maintenance budget a specific number of valves. It may not have been a specific number of valves, but we were definitely gonna put in our procedures that we would test valves on the system. So do
Yep,
we-
it didn't just quite happen. We did put a line item for some money for it, but that's as far as it got last year.
Okay,
Yeah, and that's,
and along with that, we'd need some spare, maybe a couple extra spare valves. Because we know if we turn them, we're probably gonna break some of them, or
Mhm.
may. So I just wondered if we had any specific timeline or anything we can reference as part of our preventative maintenance program.
I've been dragging on this since the Prospect Court fire, so we'll keep dragging on it and see where we can actually get.
yeah, we need, well, and talked about, there's the map a little bit earlier, so we just need to put in a plan, just like, with the sewer and.
It's very hard to develop a plan when you're only doing this once a month. It's really tough to keep this going. And after the Prospect fire, we were still in quarterly for the operations meetings, which basically everybody was trying to remember what happened at the last meeting every time.
Yeah,
And, it was not optimal.
Yes, the monthly meetings will help for sure.
okay, let's, next agenda, let's work on a plan, Ted and Brandon and we can do that on a something that we can bring back next meeting. Which I do have the date in here. All these meetings, December 11th. Yeah, okay,
I gotta jump to a 2 o'clock. Is you guys need anything else from me?
nope, we're
Yeah,
good.
I also have to
Okay,
get word against other things, so do we have anything else?
yes, we do. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
We, at the last LASA board meeting, they requested that we create the LASA board meeting schedule based on our meetings. Because we've been having our board meetings before the operations, and it's hard to create an agenda for board. But if we have the operations and we're creating after the board meeting, but then we would be creating for the next month for operations based, that's a whole month away. And while it's fresh, but anyways, so we meet, what's the date today? The 13th. Is it the second Thursday of the month? We decided?
Right.
So then, and they want to continue with Monday at 3. So if we need a calendar.
So, for example, January 8th is the first 2026 meeting that's scheduled. You're thinking, just to reiterate this out loud, is that you want the operations committee to be 2 weeks before the board meeting?
Ish, yeah. Yeah, because we have agenda items that need to be submitted and.
We want it so when's the board meeting in January?
Well, it
That's
can't
what
be
we're
the
saying.
19th because 19th is MLK Day.
Okay,
I'm not gonna be here.
okay.
Maybe somebody else is, but I'm not. We're
No,
close.
No, I don't want to put it on a holiday.
Do you wanna do the last Monday of the month?
Last Monday of the month for the board meetings?
The reason I say that,
I can't get to the next month in this.
January 8th is operations committee meeting.
Okay.
Normally it would go, if you wanted it 2 weeks out, roughly, you would say the 19th. If you want it on Monday, which is what people had said.
But
If, if,
But you said the 19th is MLK Day, is when they're celebrating? Cause it's usually the 18th, isn't it?
always third Monday.
Oh, yeah, right, it's not, I was thinking of somebody's birthday. Okay, never mind.
And then in,
Um,
and then in February, it'd be on the 23rd, as the last Monday of the month, because February is short. And
And the third Monday of February is
It's
President's Day.
Day.
Do you see my ongoing
Okay.
suspicion?
okay,
And it's not perfect because you get to May and the last Monday of the month is Memorial Day, but it's decent.
okay, well, you
Um,
can move Memorial Day one earlier.
Yeah, but I think overall that would probably work as a rule.
So which one? The fourth?
The last
The
Monday
last
of the
Monday?
month, whatever that day ends up being.
Well, and if we did the third Monday, even though MLK Day, we could,
President's Day the following month, there's multiple.
oh yeah, oh, I see. But then there's the 20, and then March is,
March is no holiday.
March
That
is
would
no
be-
holiday.
that would be the 23rd.
May has no holiday on the third one.
It could be the third Monday. I'm fine with that. With some exceptions.
Okay, so the third Monday or the fourth Monday, because,
The third Monday, except for holidays, and make it the fourth?
Fine with me.
okay, let me, so it would be, say that again, the third Monday.
The third Monday of the month, with the exception of months where there's a holiday on the third Monday, in which case it would be the fourth Monday.
So we've been asked to advise the board, the LASA board on when to have the meetings. So we keep our meetings how they're set here.
Yes,
Okay.
what I would say is there was not robust attendance at the last LASA board meeting either because of
People were sick,
illnesses and
yeah.
other things. So I think there was a bit of
They
uncertainty.
want us to try.
And I wouldn't say totally drive it, but just feedback and
Okay.
try to figure out a schedule.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, so this helps narrow it down. And then present it to the board and if they accept it, but yeah, we need to get through this cold flu, whatever is going around, so we have regular attendance. Okay, I'll go through that and I'll write it out, or I'll put it into an email and send it out to everybody and I would like to have, and I do this for my road advisory committee, that we have, this is the date of our meeting, but then we go 9 days before. This is when we send an email out saying we need agenda items and then we need them in on this day. And it just, then everybody's on the same page, it just makes things easier. So I'll do the same thing for this meeting and also the board.
Okay?
Okay, well, that was easy. Yeah,
And- Okay, so are we gonna end early, or are we gonna
Yep.
try to go for the utilities, the operations responsibility list?
yeah, no, you know what, and the list that we worked on,
Yeah,
I don't think I put the right list in.
Stop. You have this room?
So if we can just skip this for the next time,
Okay.
please.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cause the more I thought about it and all these emails that come through. I almost need like a LASA board and a LASA ops, separate, so we could,
Folders.
yeah, well, I do, I have lots of them, but just, I need an assistant. Okay, so if there's nothing else at this point, let's, the next meeting is, scheduled for
do we have to
December
do
11th.
public comment again?
Yes, and there is nobody here in person, and for public comments, and I don't think there's anybody else.
I can tell you if there's someone up there.
I can use the public comment to bring up what happened, LAIA meeting.
Oh,
Basically,
yes.
the roads committee is done for the year for projects, and they've already purchased salt for the winter time, and that's about it for things besides, what I talked about earlier with the beavers. But, so, the road projects for this year are done, and, they've just purchased salt, so they're ready to go.
Great, and I'm sorry, I need to I just put it in, so
Okay.
the next time you will have your spot under reports.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
No
All right,
other, public,
no other public?
nope.
Okay, well, is there a motion to adjourn at 2:07?
To adjourn.
Is there support?
Support.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, Mike and Michael.
Thank you
Great.
all. Thank you. Have a great day.
Same to you.